say that there still exists some informal cross-border trade across the international borders of Bangladesh and Myanmar. Would you agree that there is some level of, informal cross-border trade that, governmental agencies and non-governmental agencies are not aware of?
So, all of us are aware of, and that trade is there, and that trade is going to be there.
Yes.
You see, why people trade? I mean, that's a basic question. It is about matching your consumption needs with production facilities. See, if consumption needs are there, then trade is bound to happen. The real question is how can we, I am not at all talking about stopping such informal trade. The real question is how we can reduce that. In our work, in India-Bangladesh border in particular, we have found that if there can be local initiatives, then informal trade can be reduced. And by local initiative, I mean border-haats. There are 4 operational border-haats, as you know. 6 or 8 more are coming up. Infrastructure is already there in place. In our work, we have found that in those locations where border-haats are there, informal trade has come down significantly, and people are happy. And by people, I mean not just local communities, but also security agencies, like our border security force or Border Guard Bangladesh. They are also happy that informal trade has come down, crime has come down, trafficking has come down. So there are many positives of that initiative. So I think we need to take that initiative forward in various other border areas, including India-Myanmar border. The agreement is there between Government of India and Government of Myanmar to establish border-haats along India-Myanmar border. So I think that is the way forward for reducing informal trade, and we have to also encourage trade in local products in those border-haats in particular. It's happening, but there are also other products which are being traded in border-haats. So we have to see that more and more local products, and the scope, the coverage of border-haats, at the moment it's just 5-kilometer radius from that particular location, and it's once a week. Scope and coverage can both be increased for more benefits out of that initiative. It's bound to happen. As I said before, people have their consumption needs, right? In these days, in social media, people are aware. Even in remote places, people are aware of products, of commodities which others are consuming. So they also have that aspiration of consuming such products. When they are not available, whereas they can get them just right across the border, whether they are Chinese or whatever, and the price factor is also there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Affordability.
So trade is like water. Yeah, water will find its way. Yeah. So trade is about matching your production with consumption, right? So naturally it's going to happen, and therefore it is important for us, it is important to see that how we can take Indian products to those areas, and there comes the importance of connectivity. So if we can have better connectivity, and important is not just road or waterways or railways, but also air connectivity. As you know, there are a number of small airports, airstrips in Northeast. They are of World War II vintage. Yeah. Some of them are getting revived. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have to make better use of them. Small airports, small aircrafts. Use those airports and aircrafts for cargo movements, right? Along with passenger, of course. Then there can be better exchange of goods. and commodities in those areas.